Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the 23 Can Am Renegade XMR 1000R. Man, that's a lot to say. But we got some components in from BRP. We got some underbelly protection, A-arms, rear trailing arms, rear differential. But in this video, we're going to focus on the rear skid plate, get that put on there today. So stick around and let's jump into it. All right, guys, we've got all kinds of boxes here from BRP for our 23 Renegade XMR. Today we're going to get to, I believe, this bad boy right here. This is the underbelly skid plate that goes on the rear, basically like the rear of the frame, like the swing arm, but it's not really a swing arm, but you get the idea. So let's unbox this and see what's in here. All right, we got the box tore open here, and yep, this is the rear skid plate. Let's take a peek at it here. Looks nice, pretty thick too. I don't know why this machine didn't come with this, but we're gonna get it put on. There's a link probably to download instructions and our hardware. So let's go ahead and get this baby put on. All right, guys, so here is the contents of the box. We got our skid plate and the mounting hardware and all that. But the rear bummer is I just put on this hitch, and we're gonna have to take it off. If you're not running the hitch and you have the tow hook on the back here or the strap point, you still gotta take it off. 15 millimeter box end wrench socket here, same 15 millimeter. So we gotta pull those nuts off, pull this hitch off to work on the skid plate. So let's jump on that. All right, I'm just gonna put my box in here. Get these were pretty tight on here. They were like 90 foot-pounds, so. And on the instructions, it says that they're going to provide new nuts again. So every time you take these off, I think Can Am's recommending new nuts. So here we go. All right, pull those out. We will save those. Alrighty. And we will set this aside for the time being. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put on the rear bracket right here. So we need to take two M6 by 20 bolts and the M6 flange nuts, and the bracket is going to go, this is going to be towards the end of the bike. So the bracket's going to sit like this according to the instructions. So we'll just go ahead and slip our carriage bolts in like so, and then our flange nuts. Just like that. And we'll go ahead and zip those down, and then we'll move on getting this underneath the bike. All right, now we're gonna take the skid plate, and as you can see, there's a tab here. It's gonna slip right up underneath the existing skid plate underneath, and then it's gonna go move up towards the rear of the bike, and then we're gonna set two nuts here up top. So just real quick, this bracket right here is going to come up, meet up with these two holes that are already stamped into the back of the frame. And ironically, they take the same carriage bolt on both sides here. And it's like it was designed specifically for the skid plate. Come on, Can Am. I mean, like, seriously, look underneath here. The whole machine is pretty much covered up in the middle, in the center of the frame, and they just leave this exposed back here. As much as we're paying for these machines, I mean, come on. Anyways, I'll digress and we'll get this buttoned up. All right, so as you can see, I got the carriage bolts pushed through. The bracket's gonna go on the inside of these two tabs. Carriage bolts from the outside, your M6 nuts. These are basically just a 10 millimeter wrench, and there's really not room for a socket, so we're gonna have to use an open-end wrench, get those snugged up, and then that'll pretty much have the skid plate in place. We got a couple brackets in the center to do yet, so let's jump on those and get these tightened up. All right, so we got those buttoned up there. The next one's gonna be a little tricky because we need to put this bushing in the rear of the frame, along with a nut, and I believe this bolt here, And if you look on the instructions, it's kind of in a blind spot there, right where the drive shaft comes in from the rear. So I don't know if I'll be able to show you that, but I'm gonna reach up in there and drop that in there. All right, so here's where the 30 mil bolt goes up through into that sleeve that's right up here on the top side. I doubt you can see it up there. And then we have a M6 nut up there. So we're gonna stick a 10 millimeter up here, 10 millimeter down here, and get that snugged up next. All right guys, hopefully you can see in the back there, right in the center between the frame rails, there's 2 square openings punched out for our M6 carriage bolts. So we are going to run the carriage bolts up from the bottom through the skid plate, and then we're gonna install this bracket that come with the skid plate. Basically these tabs, or these L portions here, are gonna sit on both frame rails as they come back, and then we're gonna top it off with a nut, and we'll go ahead and run the carriage bolts up again through the bottom bracket, nuts, tighten them down, and we should be good to go. All right guys, you can see in the back there we got our bracket put on. It's over the frame rails, and we've got our 2 nuts tightened down with our carriage bolts. So this one is pretty much wrapped up. All right guys, that's gonna wrap this video up. Real quick install. And again, I cannot believe this machine doesn't come with the rear skid plate, just leaves the frame rails exposed like that. All the stuff was there to do it. I don't know why Can Am just didn't throw it on there, but again, I'm gonna digress a little bit, but we got it installed, pretty simple. If you guys like these videos, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell for notifications. And if you got any questions, hit me up on my email, squatchreloading@gmail.com. But until next time, and we do have more BRP stuff to put on this machine yet, we'll get to it. But until next time, God bless.